Everyone is different. Their bodies are Hi everyone, my name is Whitney Milam. Welcome to my channel. Today I am sharing 10 tips for how to get back into exercising if it's been a while. This is simply from my experience, and I am in no way certified to give anyone tips on how to exercise. I'm just winging it and I'm figuring it out, and these are my takeaways. These are things that I have experienced and learned over the last couple months since I started my weight loss journey. With each one, I'll share some personal stories, so I hope you guys enjoy. All right, let's jump right in. Tip number 1, do something that you enjoy. There is nothing worse than being in an exercise or workout plan that you hate. It's hard to motivate yourself when you're first starting off, and doing something that you think you should be doing, but maybe you're not ready for or you just don't enjoy, it's not sustainable. You're more likely to fall off the bandwagon because you can't get motivated. You don't want to show up to class or drag yourself down to the treadmill or whatever it is. So you have to focus on finding things that get you active, that you enjoy doing. So don't think that it has to be going on the treadmill. It can be Zumba, it can be kickboxing, it can be playing basketball with a friend, dancing, playing frisbee. Maybe dancing isn't your thing and you'd rather be on a treadmill. Everyone is different, everyone has different preferences. You have to find the thing that you enjoy. Tip number 2, set measurable goals and write them down. A couple weeks ago, I decided that I was going to write out a series of short-term goals that I could check off as I conquered each one. So this first one is stamina. So my first goal was to get under a 25-minute mile. And I ended up doing that almost immediately after writing out these goals. That was a great feeling to be able to check this off and to say, I did it. I put this down and I accomplished this. It really helps to put into perspective, ultimately I want to be under a 10-minute mile. That is what I'm seeing online as a good beginner time. And I'm a real beginner. And I am not doing a 10-minute mile, that's for sure. This helps me put in perspective. This is where I am right now. This is where I want to be in X amount of months. What are the individual steps that I can take and strive towards in the middle? So I broke it down. 25-minute mile, 20, 15, 12, 10. That will take me a while to accomplish, and that's fine because it gives me things to work towards. You guys know that I really wanted to get that 20-minute mile. Part of the reason was because I wrote it down and I said I was going to do it. This is what I'm talking about with setting goals, writing them down, giving you incremental things to work towards so that you can celebrate. Tip number 3, keep yourself accountable. And there's so many different ways that you can do this. It doesn't have to be a gym buddy, though a gym buddy can be very helpful for a lot of people. Join a class. I have a friend at work who is in a kickboxing class, and another friend who goes to a morning class at 5 a.m., I want to say. Those are things that keep people accountable. They have a group that is expecting them to show up, and so they do. They show up and they participate. And this is my form of accountability right now. I don't want to disappoint you guys. I don't want to have to say that I gained weight. I don't want to say that I missed a workout. That in turn makes me not want to let myself down. It's an extremely helpful tool for staying on track. Tip number 4, make your workouts fun. So I know I already said to not do something that you hate, do something you enjoy. But if your goal is to be able to do a 5K color run or a Tough Mudder or something like that, and you need to hit that treadmill to build up your abilities, find a way to bring some fun elements to it. At the very beginning, I would kind of Snapchat while I was on the treadmill just to kind of occupy my mind and not think about the fact that I was on the treadmill. And then sometimes people would snap back at me and I would get their encouragement, and it gives you something else to think about. And also listening to music, if you're someone who likes to just turn on tunes and just turn up the volume. If I really want to get motivated and in the zone, I will listen to my workout playlist. If you want to see my workout playlist, I will post it on Instagram. So find me, it's at Whitney Milam. I have a collection of songs that start off kind of fun and like getting me into the workout, and then they turn to more focus, and then finally climax at like determination, and then a fun cool down song. So check that out at Whitney Milam on Instagram. Tip number 5, pay attention to how your body responds. There's 2 sides to this. The kind of cautious side would be make sure that your body isn't staying sore for prolonged periods of time. That might be an indication that you're overdoing it and your body's not ready for that specific workout. Again, I'm not certified to give any kind of advice, but if you want, you can check with a personal trainer or a doctor about any exercises that you're not sure if you should be taking on at that time. You can learn ways to modify exercises to still get a good workout, but at your level and at your pace. On the other side of that, pay attention to the positive things that are happening. So, are you sleeping better? Are you in a better mood? Are you motivated to make other positive changes in your life, like eating better? These are all things to pay attention to make sure that what you're doing is healthy and right for your body and your situation. Tip number 6, track your progress. And that doesn't just mean weight. Losing weight should not be the only motivator. And I was having this conversation with a coworker recently, and I was saying I shouldn't just be measuring my progress in weight that I've lost or how much the scale says, because at the end of the day, the reason I'm making this entire lifestyle change is to be able to do more in my life. And so I should be measuring it and how much more capable I am at a whole slew of things. That's why I did the President's Challenge Fitness Assessment. It's so I would have a full set of metrics on flexibility, upper body strength, all of those things, and so that I can come back in 3 months, look at it again, and see just how far I've come. Because that is a huge indication of how much more capable and powerful and strong I am. And that's what I'm striving for. It's not just for a number on a scale. So write it down so that you know exactly where you are at that moment, so that you can come back down the road and compare and see how much more capable you are. Tip number 7, compare yourself, but only to yourself. Everybody is different. Their bodies are different, their metabolisms are different. They have a completely different set of circumstances. So it's not fair to put yourself on the same grading scale as someone else. All you can do is look back at where you were a couple months ago and say, am I doing better or am I doing worse? It's as simple as that. Do not look at the people around you or people on Instagram. Nobody has a perfect body. Nobody sees these amazing results overnight. You have to work at it so hard. And if you are working at it, all you have to do is look back at that person that started that weight loss journey. Even if it was just yesterday, even if it was just 5 minutes ago, you will have experienced so many things in your mindset and in your motivation. You're doing something important and vital for your life. And at the end of the day, you're only accountable to yourself. So only judge yourself against yourself. Tip number 8, share your victories. I know I've been talking a lot this past week about how much it means to me to have people at my work and in my family and my friends and all of that kind of surrounding me with this positivity. It's more than I ever expected, and I appreciate it so much. And that's the thing, if you have these small incremental goals and you're meeting them, share them. People want to cheer you on and people want to be supportive. You're doing something that's good for you. Chances are, if people care about you and they know that you've gotten to this point in your life that maybe you are severely overweight or obese, like, people have probably been concerned about you. And it most likely, if they love you, they are coming from a really loving place and they just want you to be happy. And so if you share the little wins, people are going to respond to it, and people are going to be so happy for you. And you deserve to get that feedback and to be able to celebrate with other people. Trust me, people want to celebrate with you the entire time you're on this journey. Tip number 9, try new things that you're curious about. I have never been someone who pictured myself doing any kind of weightlifting. I've seen a lot of people in the weight loss community who use them as part of even like leg workouts, like holding on to weights while they do lunges and things like that. I was curious about how I could incorporate that into my journey because I have really bad upper body strength. You all saw me try to do a push-up. It was not happening. So I was curious about how I could improve my upper body strength. I was curious about using free weights, and so I asked about it. And now I've made it kind of a part of my nightly routine where I just do 2 sets of 10 reps of 2 separate workouts. I am seeing results already, and it's really cool how, leaning into your curiosities and trying something new can help you find something that you really enjoy. And finally, tip number 10, believe that you can and that you will. The mindset is probably 90% of the battle, because you can very easily talk yourself out of doing the whole thing. I'm starting at square one, and I have to get all the way to what to be healthy? That is daunting, and I could very easily tell myself, well, it's never going to happen. And that's what I've told myself every time I've tried to do this in the past, that it's not going to happen. It's too much work. Why even try? It's not going to work. Don't let yourself think that way, because being positive and telling yourself that you're going to do it, not just that you can do it, but that you will, you're going to do it. It makes things so much easier to just know, yeah, it's going to take a while, but I will get there. I will. And you will. So that's where I'm going to leave you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any other tips that you want to add for people who are just starting off on this journey and maybe have a decent way to go, leave them down below. I really want to hear from you guys. Again, I'm still starting my journey, so I could also benefit from these tips. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a thumbs up down below and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks everyone. Bye!